birthday to Galactica, 25 years old this weekend, and it... Welcome to Alton Towers. It's Nemesis' 25th birthday today, so happy birthday to Nemesis. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Nemesis at Alton Towers. Sit back, it's fright time.
Well, what can I tell you that you don't already know? Not a lot probably, so I'll save me breath. But what I would like to look into, however, is what makes Nemesis so special. Nemesis has been wowing the British public since 1994. I remember saving up the tokens on Sugar Puff boxes for what seemed like an eternity just for 2 free tickets. You know, so me and my dad could go and see what this new ride was all about. It seemed to be everywhere. On the TV, in the papers, promotional packaging on your favourite cereals, crisps, sweets. You couldn't escape the beast. Don't forget, this was pre-internet days. But still, the word was out. The whole of the UK seemed to be buzzing for this newfangled ride that was one of a kind in the UK.
Nemesis was born.
Nemesis is amazing. It's one of my first proper memories of a theme park is walking into Forbidden Valley and just seeing this monster in front of me. I remember seeing that track and being fascinated by it. It's a masterpiece of engineering, it's a masterpiece of enjoyment. Just absolutely love it.
Even kids at school were talking about Nemesis. Oh my god, have you seen that new ride at Alton Towers? Your legs are dangling down. Because I went to school in Newcastle apparently. As me and my dad approached Forbidden Valley, I remember the landscape was so different than it is today. I was blown away by the sight of Nemesis. I mean, this coaster seemed to go underground. People were screaming. I mean, really screaming. There was a moment where I thought, I don't think I can go ahead with it.
It's very intense. It's just all round one of those rides that doesn't wear off, whereas quite a lot do.
It was some sort of creature strapped down and entangled with track that made its way around the terrain, going through tunnels, and there's blood flowing from the waterfalls.
I've always loved the B&M roar, just the power of this immense roller coaster.
After a rather terrifying 3-hour wait, we boarded the train for the first time. I was extremely intimidated. I was a 12-year-old lad who still wasn't overly comfortable with the upside down rides. It certainly seemed a step up from the Thunderlooper. Rest in peace.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Nemesis is 25 years old. Way back in 1994 when it first opened, I went on it. I was only 24 years old then. Just seemed a long time ago. I'll never forget it. What an unbelievable coaster. The roar, the near misses. Fast forward 21 years.
By the end of 2015 season, with the help of some platform shoes, I was finally 1.4 metres.
So it was Darcy's first big ride. So Nemesis will always have a special bond between me and Darcy. And I say we'll be riding it for another 25 years more. See you soon, guys.
Bye.
Dad, will we feet at the rocks when we go through that tunnel?
Don't be daft. Hey, mate. His leg's gonna be alright, isn't it? Still makes me laugh, that. True story. To be honest, I think even me dad was a little bit scared that day. And then we were off. That first time the floor falls from underneath you, it's magical. Are we lifting up or is the floor drifting away? The slow climb to the top, experiencing this wonderful sensation for the first time, meeting our Nemesis.
I love Nemesis because it's fast, it's smooth, it's a terrain hugging bad boy, and there's no big ass drops.
Birthday to the one and only Nemi. Nemi is still one of my favourite coasters because it's one of the most intense coasters I've ever been on, and it holds a special place in my heart because it was one of the first coasters that I overcame when trying to overcome my fear, and it set me up for a lifetime of amazing coasters.
Last nice chip. That is a nice chip.
I've got a real soft spot for Nemesis. It's definitely in my top 10, and I think it will always be. I rode it many years ago in the 90s when I was a real scaredy cat. But it's just joyful, I think, and I love hearing the sound of the beast. I mean, it roars like a beast.
Have you ever tried battered chips? Basically, they're like normal chips, but with added batter and better.
I think it's testament that 25 years after it opened, people are queuing up to meet the designer of the ride.
Have you ever been on Nemesis? Basically, it's a normal invert with added batter.
Why I love Nemesis? Because it's awesome and it's built into the rock face. It's got loads of near misses, and the fact that it still runs fantastic today after 25 years.
Nemesis is like John Wardley's Pulp Fiction. It kind of broke all the rules in the book and become one of the most innovative B&M coasters ever built.
Got the area itself fantastically themed. The well, it used to be the Rivers of Blood, now it's Rivers of Water. Still really nice, and the whole experience leading up to before you even go on the ride itself, it's just so well done. I think Alton Towers sort of made the perfect ride first off the bat with Secret Weapon 3, and they've never been able to top it since, in my opinion.
Here she comes. All I can really say is Nemesis is one of them coasters that actually means a great deal to me. You know, we all have our favourite coasters, but I'm just saying Nemesis is one of those really consistent coasters that stood the test of time. It's still as intense as it was 25 years ago, but for me it will always be a special one because me and my dad rode it together when it first opened in 1994, and 9 times out of 10 when I'm riding it, there's always a moment where I think of my dad. So for that reason, Nemesis is a very special coaster for me. So anyway, without further ado, from me, Nemesis and Rick's. Happy birthday, Nemesis. Ta-ra!
Nemesis because, well, I don't like Nemesis.